Mountain Point, hear the roar, we're coming through. Maroon and gold, you know what to do. Pride so strong, it's got that lion's bite. Say it loud. Mountain Point, ignite, ignite. We've got the groove, the moves, the funky beats. Driven by the drum, it's in the street. Step in time, feel the rhythm, join the parade. Together we're unstoppable, never outplayed. MPTV News starts now. Listen up, learn it, live it, love it, never give up. We're Mountain Point, maroon and gold in our soul. Say it loud, say it clear, we've got control. Woo!
Hi everyone, I'm Milan.
And I'm Karan. This is MPTV News.
Thanks for joining us. Here's what's happening.
How was your Easter holiday? We hope you had fun. But did you have as much fun as the Easter egg hunt?
Last week, the Cubbies hit the yard for an Easter egg hunt. They had lots of giggles, golden eggs, and sugar rushies in full effect. I had a chance to go out on the Cubbies playground where things just got real exciting for our littlest crew. That was fun. Even the tiniest prides know how to have a good time.
Have you thought about joining the garden club? They've been learning about food wasting. Bakaba has the story.
Here at Mountain Point, we're shining light on how we can help all of the planet and save some serious money while we're at it.
So I recently learned that the average family wastes, on average, $2,900 worth of food every year, which is most people's food budget for an entire month. So if we were to spend that money on something else or just not waste that food, that could be feeding a lot of people.
In the U.S., we waste tens of billions of pounds of food every year.
From food waste in landfills is actually very potent, and it's one of the biggest contributors to greenhouse gases. So if we can either not waste food in the beginning, or if we can compost that food effectively, then it reduces greenhouse gas emissions. And then that compost, if we compost the food waste, can be put back into the garden, which is what we like to do here at school. And knowing where your food waste can go. And then eventually we want to do what's called a food waste audit, where we'll have scales in the cafeteria at lunch and you can see exactly how much food is being thrown away every day, just to make people more conscious of, like, am I buying food that I'm not going to eat? Is there something better I could do to handle that? Maybe share with a friend, and just kind of get a feel for how much food is actually being wasted so we can prevent it in the future.
Really nice, like it's an experience. You get to see it grow from the start and to the end, and then it just feels good knowing that you were able to grow something, and it's just a nice reward that at the end you get to eat it.
I personally was raised in a family where food did not go to waste because I had 3 brothers who played football. So we always, it was kind of instilled that we don't waste food because someone will eat it, right? So it does bother me when I see food going to waste, just because I know that there's probably someone who would have eaten it, and just for the environmental reasons. But the biggest thing that bothers me is when I spend money on something and then I don't actually get my money's worth out of it. So regardless of the environmental factors, regardless of, whether someone else would have eaten it, the main thing for you to be conscious of moving forward is, like, am I spending money on something that I'm just throwing in the trash? And remembering that as you're budgeting and as you're planning out where to spend your money, it's important not to waste money on food that you're just going to throw away. It just doesn't make sense.
This is Vakaba with MPTV News, signing off.
That's a reminder to not toss good food.
Last week, some of our fellow newscast members got to see the magic behind how ABC 15 runs. Here's Zach with the story.
Good morning, MPTV News. I'm Zach, and here's my experience going on the ABC News field trip. Riley J and I went to see the behind the scenes of how the ABC News operates. Oh, wow. Look at this place.
That's kind of customer service type of thing, but I also help with all of the different departments, news, promotions, sales.
was amazed by how everything works, where they do it, and I thought it was on green screen, but no, they use actual graphics for it.
To exceed 100 degrees later this afternoon, so I'd recommend walking the dogs either now or after 5 o'clock once that sun begins to set. It's going to be a nice night here.
And seeing the green screen being done was so cool. He used the clicker to change the graphics.
Anywhere from 98 in Cave Creek and Anthem to 101 in Deer Valley, 102 in Scottsdale, Tempe.
Smart shopping for that sun protection. Arizona has its first triple-digit weekend on tap, and as we head into the warmer months, more people are going to be heading out the door wearing that sunscreen, as you should. Dermatologist Dr. Tony Stockton has some tips for you. She says people of all
I'm glad that I got to go on this field trip, and I hope I get to go on more field trips like these. Pac-Man, yes. We're still learning how to do it like the pros. Back to you guys.
Field trips are fun. Here's your school announcements for the week. Up next, Amari has the week sports schedule.
Hello, my name is Amari. Here's sports for the week. Thursday, varsity baseball plays at Mountain Point, and varsity softball plays at Alhambra. Friday, varsity baseball plays at Mountain Point. Freshmen and sophomores baseball plays at Chaparral, and varsity softball plays at Chaparral. Monday, varsity softball plays at Mountain Point. Varsity softball plays at Mountain Point. Freshmen and sophomores play at Mountain Point. Varsity baseball plays at Lake. Boys JV volleyball plays at Mountain Point, and boys volleyball varsity plays at Mountain Point.
Thanks, Amari. Riley's here to tell us what to expect outside.
Thank you guys. This week's definitely going to be a hot one. Right off the bat today, we have a very sunny day with a high of 90. Then we're going to enter an average of 88 degrees. I have to be careful on Tuesday the 29th though, because there's barely any wind that day. So there's a high risk of sunburns. Remember to stay hydrated. That's all for this week's weather, but before we go, here's some advice to seniors.
Seniors, you only have 26 days left in the school year. What's some advice you'd give yourself 4 years ago?
Maybe talk to more people, make some more friends.
4 years ago is just try it, you know, just go for it. Don't stop, just go for it. I've spent too much time thinking about stuff. Go for it.
The advice I gave myself 4 years ago, probably give my life to Christ a bit earlier.
4 years ago, I was really slacking, so I would probably say lock in a lot more. I would give myself a little bit more discipline, I'd say, because I played around a lot. I played around way too much, and then now I'm suffering for it. So especially now, I have to go back and I have to test out of sophomore classes, and it's just messed me up, and it's slowed me down, and it's been for the worst. So I would say if I could do anything, I'd say lock in.
That's all for today, folks. Stay strong, make good decisions, and don't forget,
Roll Pride!